Welcome to the ParentLife Podcast. My name is Jason Stanland, and I'm the middle school pastor here at Fruit Cove Baptist in Jacksonville, Florida. So summer is here, finally, and man, has this been a weird year. It feels almost like summer couldn't get here fast enough, but man, we're finally here, we're finally enjoying, and we're going to be talking about summer vacation. As you can see, Pastor Jonathan, who is our family ministries pastor, has come prepared.
Dressing the part.
That's right, dressing the part. And the reason I actually asked Jonathan to come is, yes, he is our family ministries pastor, but this dude can vacation well. I'm just saying, so not too long back, I went on an anniversary trip to Jekyll Island, and on the way, preparing in my mind where I was going to take my wife, who did I call? I called Jonathan, and he hooked me up with some of the best places to eat, best places to go. This guy is in the know. Okay, so Jonathan, for parents who are looking at their family vacation this summer, it's an investment, it's a bunch of time, it's a bunch of money. What's the best way that they can maximize this for them and their family?
Well, awesome. Jason, first of all, thank you for the opportunity. I love family vacations. Big proponent for family vacations. Some of my fondest memories from childhood are when my family went on vacation. And I'm a big believer in and proponent for what we're about to talk about. And you mentioned I even dressed for the occasion. But I want to share really quickly 8 tips that as I think through some of my memories and then some of the vacations our family has been on recently, 8 tips to maximize your family vacation. And I'm going to save one of the best for last, so you got to stick around. If you're watching or you're listening, we'll go through these pretty quickly, but one of the best, and actually one of the easiest, I think, is going to be number 8.
Number 8.
So here we go, buckle up. Number 1, I like to encourage parents to involve the whole family. And when you're sitting around talking about vacation ideas, involve the youngest and the oldest children. Let them be a part of the planning experience.
Yeah.
And when you get there, maybe give each family member a day to determine, okay, what is the fun thing or the fun things we're going to do today? Is it going to be putt-putt? Are we going to stay in the condo and play games? Even when it comes to meals. We like to do some meals like lunches in the condo when we go on a beach vacation. And so we take turns kind of setting the menu for what lunch is going to be. Now that also requires, if you pick it, you cook it, right? But that's involving the family in that process. Restaurants, if you go out to eat on vacation, involve your kids, involve your spouse in picking the restaurant. So involve the family. Number 2, create memories. And again, I started out by saying I love family vacations because I have such vivid memories of when I was a child and my parents took our family. I was the oldest of 6, and so that was kind of traveling family circus, right? But some of my greatest memories are from those vacations when we were growing up. I could probably spend 4 or 5 entire episodes walking you through some of those experiences, but just a few highlights that I remember. Most of our vacations were to Texas to visit family, and we'll get to that in a second. So I can remember going to Texas Rangers baseball games, Dallas Cowboys preseason football games, on a hot summer day, going and getting a great snow cone, eating some great Tex-Mex. You notice the majority of these have something to do with food. But great memories growing up. And one of the things that we like to do as parents, I would say, we want to create some great memories for our kids, don't we? So that years down the road, maybe we're gathered for Thanksgiving or some other holiday, we can look back and think of, hey, remember when? And so the family vacation provides great opportunity to do that, create memories. Number 3, experience and enjoy God's creation. Now, our family's had the privilege over the past few years to go to some really beautiful places. Pick California, for instance. We were able to enjoy the Pacific coast and some of God's wonderful creation there. Then we drove inland to Yosemite National Park, which is one of my favorite places on earth.
Sounds great.
2 summers ago, we went to England, and so we enjoyed the cliffs of Dover, but then also the Cotswolds, the English countryside. And so when you're away, you can be intent to look at God's creation and use that as an opportunity to talk about how creative God is. And it provides opportunities for parents to talk about God's creativity. So enjoy God's creation. Number 4, and not just because I'm a pastor, but number 4 would be make time for church. Now, it may seem weird. Well, we're going on vacation.
Right.
Let's kind of get out of the rhythm. But here's the deal. Even when you're on vacation, try to go to church. Some of my fondest memories from, especially those times in Texas, had to do with the church or the churches that we went to. And we try to do that now as a family. We've gone to church in San Francisco. We were at a church plant. Several years back, we did a Florida loop vacation, and we worshiped with some of our church plant partners in Miami. When we were in England, we actually went on a weekend retreat with one of our church partners over there. And so what this does, it's great to see that our God is a big God, and He's not just a God of the southeastern United States.
Right.
He's God everywhere. And so you can see what God is doing in and through His people when you take time, you make it a priority to participate, to worship in churches on vacation. So make time to connect with His church and His people. Number 5 would be prioritize friendships. Now, our family is like a lot of families. We have friends and family and relatives really scattered around the nation and sometimes around the world. And so when we find ourselves in pretty close proximity, if we're on family vacation and there's an opportunity to connect with family friends or relatives, we're going to prioritize that.
Gotcha.
And what that does, that not only rekindles those friendships and those family relationships, it models for your kids the importance of those friendships. So prioritize friendships even when you're going on vacation. And you never know, you might be able to extend that vacation a night or two by staying in a friend's Airbnb, right?
The way. Yeah.
Number 6, we're almost to number 8, but number 6, don't let the clock run out. Now, if you're watching or listening and you have a brand new newborn and it's your first kid, then you've got 18 traditional summer family vacations left, right? But chances are, if you have a high schooler and you have not prioritized a family vacation yet, you still got a little clock left.
Yep.
Start now. Don't let the clock run out. Number 7, don't break the bank. Sometimes when we think of vacations, we think that, man, that's going to be a budget buster. And it can be if you're not careful.
Real quick.
Now, some vacations can cost a lot of money, but if you want to travel out west and experience the Rockies or the West Coast, or if you want to travel to England, Europe, and experience some of those things, you got to start saving up.
Yeah.
And here's the key. Here's what my family has found. Vacations are much more enjoyable when they're paid for. When you're on vacation and it's already taken care of, and you're
nervous about where it's going to come from.
You're not going to be paying for it a year, 2, 3 years later when you're paying it off on the credit card. So
painful.
Don't put it on plastic. Don't break the bank. And number 8, perhaps one of the easiest, maybe one of the hardest. Put your phone away.
Ooh.
One of the best ways to be present with your family on vacation is to put your phone away. And here's the deal.
But how do I get down the road?
Here's the deal. Get a paper map, and
Wow.
let the kids direct you. It may take 7 or 8 hours extra to get there, but so often it's our go-to. Have you ever looked at the number of pickups? I think one day mine was like 379 pickups of my phone, and we're just so used to that. It's kind of second nature. But on vacation, put your phone away, and here's what you do. Make sure your close family and maybe your work knows where you're staying and the number of that property, so that you won't be worried, okay, what if I miss something? What if there's an emergency? If there's an emergency, people are going to find you.
Yeah.
And the emergency is that you need to be with your family. So put that device away, and here's what's going to happen. You're going to be truly on vacation when it's Wednesday and you're thinking, wait, is today Tuesday or Friday?
Right.
Is it 9 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Your mind, your soul is taking a break. You're truly on vacation. You're spending time with your family. Jason, I tell you what, it is a game changer. And I cannot wait until we're going on a vacation in several weeks. And that's the first thing I'm going to do is put my phone away and just take a deep breath. So put your phone away. In the words of the great philosopher Phil Knight, I just want to,
No.
Okay. He's the shoe guy. Nike, right?
No.
Nike. Just do it.
Okay.
Just do it. It doesn't have to cost a ton of money. We live in a great place, and so we could also talk about ways to maximize the Northeast Florida staycation. You can still put your phone away in your house and drive to the beach and some great restaurants and some great entertainment around our part of the country. So take advantage of it. Enjoy being with your family. Enjoy God's creation. And take a break. Take a deep breath. And I think everybody's ready for that right now, aren't you?
Right, yeah. So parents, I hope you were taking some notes. I'm actually going to come back and be thinking through this. We're going on a beach vacation, even our family. Oh, thank you. Now I just have them right here ready to go. So again, what is most important is that you are engaged with your family as your number one priority on a vacation. I feel like we put so much pressure that we actually want to separate vacations, and then there's like family trips, that thing that we feel obligated to do with our kids, because that's what our culture says. But if you do it the right way and you really put your priorities the right way, it actually can be one of the best experiences for you and your children. And so I would really encourage you guys to lean into that this summer, because we all need it. We all need it this year, but every year as well. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you can get the update every week. Last week we had Dr. Renow on here, and he gave away 10 free books to the first ones who emailed. Those are probably already gone by now, but hey, you can still be interacting with us at ParentLife@fruitcove.com. We'd love to hear from you. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.